So they just come back with Letitia and Keith, and she's walking out the building, and Keith calls her, and she basically tells him, that she went to go see her lawyer. Arthur is his name, and he told her basically get ready to ride out the rest of the month. I mean, the rest of the 8 months until he gets out. So I'm like, well, he gets out in 8 months, so that's not too bad, you know what I mean? But he was actually taking it pretty well, you know what I mean? And then she get on there and tell us, like, it seemed like he was taking it well, but he pissed, And I'm like, I bet he is, because that's BS. And then she get home, and the auntie there, and so she telling the auntie basically that the lawyer said he not getting out early, and the auntie like, dang, we should go whoop his. And I'm like, I know, man, that's messed up, getting people hopes up like that. Now she's stressed out, you know what I mean? Because she got to tell her daughter, and she's like, that's just really gonna be my breaking point. And then the auntie like, well, wait a minute, I'm sorry to add to your woes, but y'all remember that pink slip that came? She had a pink slip on her door from the sheriff's office, but they thought it was about Keith. But she gave it to the auntie to call to figure out like what's going on with it. So the auntie's now telling her that I guess the owners of the house that she's living at have not been paying the mortgage, and the house is going into foreclosure, and they're gonna have to move out in 2 months. She's like, what? I'm like, what? Yeah, so she's stressed, and she's like, oh my god, now I have to tell my kids that we have to move and find a place to move. And she was like, the owners like just signed a new lease with me 2 months ago. So I'm like, that whole situation wild. Like, let's pray for Letitia and Keith, because they need it right now. Like, seemed like she been attacked at every angle, and she was trying not to cry for the camera, but I would have been breaking down. I would have been on the floor. I would have been like, oh my god, like, where you be? Like, what? Like, where am I gonna go? Like, oh my god, like, what? Yeah, y'all would have been seeing me. My eyes would have been, I would have been crying, girl. She was trying to keep it strong, but I'm like, I'm not strong enough, So Bianca and Daniel, they come back with them, and Bianca's going to go meet Daniel's family. His mom, dad, and his cousin was there. And why she picked like a bar? Well, I think it was a restaurant, but she's sitting at the bar, and I'm like, knowing that everybody keep telling her to stop drinking and not drink around Daniel, and that the mom told her she hoped that she's not gonna drink. Why would you pick to sit at a bar? But anyway, so she ordered a drink before they get there, and then they get there, and the mom, she's like, I can order a virgin. The dad, he doesn't drink at all. I guess he's like a recovering addict, and the cousin, they didn't show if he got a drink or not. But then they start basically like talking about drinking, and Bianca was saying, well, the mom was asking her does she drink every day, and Bianca was basically saying how she liked to have a glass of wine every day. And I'm like, I knew it, because when she got on here telling us every 5 seconds that she's not an alcoholic, I knew she had to like drink every day or something. Because I'm like, why are you trying to prove to us that you're not an alcoholic? You need to be proving it to yourself. If you have a glass of wine every day, but then telling people that you drink occasionally, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, the mom was just like kind of worried, and then she basically was just telling Bianca that she really shouldn't drink at all because that might trigger Daniel. And then she started crying, saying that I guess Daniel was drunk and borrowed her car, and that's how he got arrested on the DUI, because he crashed into something. And how she lost her middle son to, I guess, drugs or something like that, fentanyl, and like 2 years ago. So she was like, she cannot bear to lose another son. You know what I mean? And then the dad was just saying how he hoped that Daniel has the wisdom and courage to leave the relationship if she started getting drunk and acting crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and then they was like, but we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. And it's like, it don't really look like they want them together either. So, and then Bianca did ask that. She was like, well, if you don't like me, then why'd you tell Daniel not to marry me? And then it went to commercial. And I'm like, that's a good question, because people be like nice, nasty, like they be like, hi, in your face, and then behind your back they be like, girl, I cannot stand her. It's like, girl, just tell me you don't like me, and then we can move accordingly. Like, we ain't gotta like each other. But yeah. So they come back with Zeruiah screaming at Troy, telling him that he can get out, and then his mom telling her that he don't have to get out nowhere. Like, they married, this is his house too. And then Zeruiah just having a whole fit, and I'm like, while I'm watching it, I'm like, this is like what they portray dark skinned girls act like just run around here acting a mess. You know what I mean? This is how they portray black girls act, like the attitude. But I don't remember Shanta acting like that. I do not remember Shanta acting like that. But yeah, so Zeruiah is catching a fit, you know what I mean? So Troy leaves, and he just start walking down the street. He just walking. He gone for 2 hours. Nobody know where he at. He left his phone. Zeruiah's just like, what's going on? And then she get on there and tell us that her mama and her daddy told her never to chase a man, but she don't want to seem like she ruining the day for him meeting his daughter. And I'm like, but you are though. Like, you're totally making the day about him meeting his daughter about you. Like, what? And then he gets on there and tells us how he hasn't seen his daughter since she was like 7 months old, and I think she's like 5 or 6 or 7. She's somewhere up in there, but it's been some years since he hasn't seen his daughter. So the fact that he's like really nervous, anxious, ready to see his child, and you're acting like a total a-hole for what? And then she gets on there and tells us how she feels like she's always compromising. She has to compromise with his mom and compromise with this. And it's like, you invited his mom there. He did not even want to see his mom. You surprised him with his mom. He did not call his mom. You did, Zeruiah. What the, like, girl, the lack of accountability here is like wild. And it's kind of making me mad. It's like, what the hell is going on these days? because I'm on Troy's side here. Like, what? And so he left his phone, I think, and they went to the train station, and he wasn't there. So Yana, which is his baby mama, calls his mama. And so she's asking him, she's like, we don't know where Troy went. Has he called you? And so the baby mama starts telling the mama basically how Troy is feeling overwhelmed and how it's not on his terms and how all this drama's going on. He's just tired of it. And Zeruiah gets pissed off immediately because she's like, how does she know? How's she know how he feeling? Because I'm supposed to know how he feeling. But it's like, girl, who wants to open up to you about their feelings when you're treated? But Zeruiah, why are you treating him like the bottom of your shoe? He done only been out 3 days. You done waited all this time. And now it's like you're the one making the reading come true because like you're out here having a whole fit and not acting like an adult about the situation. But has he been doing that to you and your son? He's been there for you and your son, adopted your son, all of this. You took to the store, bought your son, well, you bought it for him. But anyways, all this stuff, and you really acting like this over him seeing his child? Like, it's really wild to me. Like, children need their dads in their lives. And the fact that you really trying to, like, block this girl on the slick, but then trying to act like, I don't want to be like I'm blocking it. Like, then shut up and go on with the day. Like, anyway, so he walked, like, 6 miles away. And then so they went back to the house. An hour passed again. Zeruiah's like, I'm going to just go lay down. The baby mama calls back again and is basically telling the mama that Zeruiah had a little fling with somebody in her apartment and all types of stuff. So the mama's like, oh, Zeruiah, she ain't answering. She knocked on the door like, come out here. And she like, I'm getting pissed off. And then Zeruiah like, they being messy. We can hear Zeruiah in the room. They being messy. That's like, all of y'all are messy. And now I see, yeah, I don't know if it's going to work out. And I don't think that it's Troy's fault as of yet because Zeruiah tripping. Like, I could be missing something, but it's like he has to talk to his baby mama because they have a child together, so they have to communicate. Just because you're insecure does not mean that the little girl does not deserve to see her dad. Swallow your insecurities and go let your husband be a dad to the child that he created that has half of his DNA that he wants to be there for. Okay, so they came back with Arthur and Hope, and my eyes over here watering. I'm over here about to cry. I'm like... So, you know, Arthur leaves the apartment and he was crying and stuff, and production like got him and was just like, let's go get some air and stuff like that. And he was just like walking outside and he was just pacing, basically having a mental breakdown. And he was basically having a mental breakdown, walking outside, and then Hope came outside and she was trying to like figure out what's wrong. And she kept asking him, say something. And he was just looking at her like, so we all like, is he okay? Like, that's when we starting to realize like, okay, he's having a whole episode, like a whole mental episode here, which then I feel like he started to realize, you know what I mean? And then like people are gonna see this, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, like I was over here about to cry. They called his mom and he started talking when his mom got on the phone. He did tell Hope, I love you. That's the only thing he said. And then they called his mom and he was just saying how he having anxiety about being out. And basically he was, because you know the confessional, he went on the confessional telling us that he had PTSD from being in jail. And how I guess he seen somebody get killed in jail right before his eyes, like right in front of him, begging for his hope, and that like kept him up for months in there, you know what I mean? So I guess he's still kind of dealing with it out here. He said that his head just went blank and everybody just turned, well, most of the people turned into like demon looking people and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, he's dealing with some like mental stuff. But yeah, I really feel bad. Like, I was like 2 seconds over here from crying. I'm just like, and they were just telling him it's gonna be okay. And then they put the words on the screen telling us that they stopped filming with him and got him mental help, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, thank you for taking this black man's mental health seriously, because watching him have a manic episode right before my eyes was just like shocking, but informative, but also like humanizing, you know what I mean? Like, I just really felt like I was about to cry. Like, so I hope Arthur's doing better. I hope he's in therapy, getting actual help, meditating, centering, loving on himself. Let's pray for him, y'all. Put some prayer hands in the chat for Arthur, because seriously, pray for him. And Hope was just saying how, you know, but anyway, Hope was saying the first time he got out, she was so ready to be married and just be with him, but now she's realizing after seeing this like mental breakdown that he's like not okay inside, so they need to take some time to like, so he can work on it, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that she was supportive, you know, there for him, but it was like she didn't want to give him the phone to talk to his mama. She was like holding the phone on speakerphone, and it's like, y'all need to give him the phone, let him talk to his mama, open up, calm down, and then he can come back to you. Like, why are you trying to be here as a standoff, y'all? That's his mama. Like, why are you trying to compete with his mama? Like, I guess his mama trying to compete with you too, but like, it's a different relationship. Like, both of y'all are in the man's life. Y'all serve different roles. Pipe down. Like, work together. It takes a community of people to live, thrive, survive. If you don't know, they did a study on the old people, how they be 100 and stuff like that. It's because they have friends and community. So, yeah. That was it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your favorite part of the episode, I guess. And I'll be back next week. And one more time again, let's pray for Arthur. And I love you.